Hey Goobs, it's me, Jiv, aka the FURSONA, and I recommend today for some apparent reason. So, in today's video we are going to look at how to design your FURSONA. And this is also, well, this is another video on my new series, which is just to help out new furries and to figure out if, just like tutorials and stuff and guides, hopefully. Hopefully, yeah, I think that's a good description for this new series. And mostly I feel like we all do get stuck with this thought of designing a FURSONA and then we just don't know how to design it or bring it to life, as some would say. And how to do that is quite, in, well, some people's objections, quite a tricky task in their regard. And to be honest, I can kind of see how it can be as tricky, because you don't really know what you're doing and how you're going to do it. So this video will definitely, well, hopefully, provide the right materials and the right directions for you to design your FURSONA in these, well, ways and methods that I have actually picked out myself, because I've done these methods before and I thought maybe, just maybe, I could share what I've done and hopefully pass it on to you, and hopefully this helps. Anyways, let's get into the video. So, how to bring your FURSONA to life. And to be honest with you, there is a few ways of doing this, but I've found, the best way to create a FURSONA is in 4 ways, from what I've picked out anyway. I'm pretty sure there is so many other ways to create your FURSONA to life, but I'm pretty sure these are the best ways to do it. And the best way, in my opinion anyway, because this is what I did, so it is most likely a way that I wouldn't, well, use nowadays, but it is an option out there, and it is quite time consuming. It is quite time consuming to yourself, but it's looking for free bases of your FURSONA species, and looking on Google or any art social medias like DeviantArt or Furry, I suppose. If you really want to go on them, that's completely up to you. But I would recommend using Google, because I'm not too sure about Furry, but I'm pretty sure there's some like NSFW content, and if you don't like that, then don't go onto it. But I'm not too sure. I haven't used Furry, not an expert, but I'm pretty sure it's out there. Average furry activities. But however, though, I would recommend looking for a free base through, well, I use Google anyway to find my bases, and that's how I kind of made my FURSONA to life. But it is quite a time-consuming option, mostly because of the fact that you have to, you can use the paint bucket tool and just, just like make your FURSONA colours that. But that, in my opinion, anyway, don't get upset, and it is quite hypocritical for me to say, but it's kind of basic, innit? But as well, if you do want to just go with the easy option, just like, paint colouring tooling your FURSONA, then that's completely fair, bucket tool type shit, and that's okay, that's good. And it's like, but with me, I like making, creating a design on my FURSONA, that's kind of like how I am. But some people don't have that time, and some people just want to have an easy basic design. So if you want to just, make it easy and simple, I recommend using the paint bucket tool on, like, I don't know, any art software you use. But if you want to make a design, then that is going to be quite time consuming and will most likely take a while. Now the second way is requiring your credit card, and it is commissioning art of a base of your FURSONA that you want. Now you could commission a base, or you could try and commission the art. It's completely up to you, but I'm pretty sure you need a ref sheet, because from my past experiences from commissioning art, you need a ref sheet, so I would recommend needing to create a design for your FURSONA species. But I'm pretty sure you can describe what you want on your FURSONA, and you don't have to have a ref sheet, especially if it's like your first time and you don't have the time to make a ref sheet, etc, don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure you could easily explain to the FURSONA artist that, or the furry artist that, you don't have a ref sheet, and I'm pretty sure they'll take it alright, and they'll want you just to describe your FURSONA, and I think they'll try and make it the best, they'll try and create it in the best way possible. Now, I don't have much to say about commissioning that, because I normally commissioned on Amino, and I used the currency of Amino coins. I didn't use actual money, because, I'm broke. But it's like, if you want to like commission an artist for a base of your FURSONA, because I'm pretty sure you can do that, and you can have that and then do the colouring in and stuff yourself, so you can have your, you can create your persona the best you will, if that makes any sense, hopefully. So it's kind of like between them two options, but in my opinion, if you're not very good at art, no offense, I'm not trying to be mean to you, but I would recommend describing your persona to the furry artist, and the furry artist making the persona, your way. And that is kind of like a decent way of doing it, but it kind of comes down to what the artist thinks and what the artist does. So, your design might be a bit wrong or a bit, wonky, but it comes down to what you think, and it also comes down to if he did it right or not. But I will say this, do not harass the artist if they get it wrong. They can't read your mind, they can't see your mind. So don't be mean to them, but just like politely nudge them and say, "Oh, you missed a spot, buddy," or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, like, I don't know, do something like that, because it's better being nice than being mean, because being mean's, I don't know, a dick move. But anyway, the third way is creating the persona yourself by using videos, to pretty much looking at guides on YouTube and stuff and creating the persona yourself with art tutorials and stuff. So it's pretty much like commissioning art, but you're the one doing the commissioning and you're the one creating the art, but you're just following guides on YouTube and stuff. It is a very time-consuming process, so don't be worried if you mess up a few times. Trust me, I did, because I did this process too. And I will say this, it took me like a good 4 hours, and the art wasn't even that decent. So don't worry if you do mess up, because we all do make mistakes in the end when it comes down to making art. So don't give up easy, carry on, I believe in you. And I think it is actually a good way, because if you can create your own persona art, then you could probably use it as a career, and getting commissions for art to whatever you desire, which is kind of like a good way of doing things, because it also helps your art skills, which could lead to that opportunity. But if you're like a lazy, sorry soul like me, you most likely don't want to be doing all that. And I understand that, because I was in that position too. But if you actually do want to create your own, you want to draw your own persona, but you can do that. Don't worry, there's no like rule or something if you think that. But if if you're not a good artist and you don't have any money and you don't want to look for a base on Google, then it is probably best drawing it yourself by using YouTube guides. That is probably the best way of doing it. There's not really much to say about this topic, I've just kind of repeated myself, haven't I? But yeah, for the final way, it is, for the last way of doing it, is a very, very, very easy one. It is not time consuming at all, in my opinion, but it can lack your creativity by your persona not being all correct. And believe it or not, you are actually looking at the fourth example right in front of you, my persona, and you might think, what do you mean by that? And it's an interesting app called Picrew. I don't know if you've heard of it or used it or seen it, but you could probably find your persona base on there. I know it's very, very proto-gen friendly. There's so many fucking proto-gen stuff you can look at and use on that app. So, you could probably make a proto-gen design pretty easy, but you can't find every persona on that app, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what it's limited to, so it might be a very, very limited to creativity, but it's a very easy app to use. It's pretty much like you just... I don't know the best way to describe it, because I've got like one of those like games where you like create your character. It's kind of like that. You create your character. There's no art involved. There's no commissioning. You create it, and it's all for free, mind you. Just a whole lot of ads. So it's probably best if you get used to the ads. But don't worry about it. It's all right. It's not too bad. But it is a very, very easy design, and I would actually recommend it to people who don't, who aren't really artistic, people who just can't find a good base on Google. Which I will say this: I feel like finding a base through Google or finding a persona base is your best option out of all 4 of these, believe it or not. But it's only because that making your own art can be very, very difficult, and you probably don't want to create your own art or like look at guides on YouTube to have your own persona. I actually understand that. Don't worry, I'm not going to shit on you for that. And the other one like commissioning your art can cost money, and you mostly don't have any pennies on you, and that's okay. Don't worry about it. And on Picrew, it can be quite, lacklustering with, being so limited on your budget on what Fursona species they are and what Fursona species there isn't. So it can actually get in the way of a Fursona species. But that's kind of like the only option I have. The best option is just looking for beta through Google. And like I say, if that doesn't really work, then I would recommend saving up for your credit card or debit card buster. So I do hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you actually have a great day, and I speak to you in the next one.